In a small village, life appeared calm on the surface, but beneath that calmness there was a deep sense of neglect. People had become so busy in their daily routines that the basic teachings of religion were slowly fading away from their lives. Among them lived a young man named Ahmad, who had a deep love for faith since childhood. Whenever he heard the call to prayer, he would respond immediately, but it saddened him to see that the mosque was often nearly empty. One evening, Ahmad was sitting on the roof of his house, watching the sky turn shades of red as birds returned to their nests. He looked down into the street and saw boys laughing, joking, and wasting time, even though the Maghrib prayer had already been called. His heart felt restless. He began to wonder if this was truly the purpose of life, to chase worldly distractions and forget the hereafter. In that state of unease, Ahmad picked up the Qur'an and began to recite. His eyes fell upon a verse that spoke about encouraging good and forbidding evil. The words struck his heart deeply, as if Allah was speaking directly to him. A new light filled his heart, but at the same time, fear crept in. He worried that if he advised others, they might mock him or reject him. A struggle began within him, between the command of Allah and the fear of people. After a long moment of reflection, he strengthened his resolve. He realized that if he remained silent, what answer would he give to Allah? He prayed for courage and decided that he would begin spreading goodness, even if the effort was small. Ahmad started with his own home, knowing that true change begins within. One morning, he gently woke his father for the Fajr prayer. At first, his father hesitated, but Ahmad's respectful and loving tone made it difficult to refuse. After returning from the mosque, Ahmad didn't lecture him, he simply smiled and made tea. This silent act had a deeper impact than words. Gradually, he encouraged his younger sister to pray, teaching her small supplications and appreciating her efforts. The atmosphere in the house slowly began to change. Where there was once distraction, now there were moments of remembrance and meaningful conversation. Then Ahmad turned to his friends. One evening, while sitting with them, he gently shifted the conversation towards something meaningful. Instead of criticizing, he shared a simple story about truth and goodness. Some laughed it off, but a few listened quietly. Later, one of them approached Ahmad privately and admitted he wanted to change his life. This marked Ahmad's first real success. He remained patient and formed a small circle where they would gather weekly to reflect on the Qur'an and encourage one another. They supported each other in becoming better, correcting mistakes with kindness rather than judgment. As time passed, positive changes began to appear in the village. The mosque started to fill, especially with young people. Conflicts decreased, and people began speaking more kindly to one another. However, not everyone welcomed this change. Some influential individuals felt threatened and began criticizing Ahmad and his companions. They accused them of showing off or spreading new ideas and even mocked them publicly. One day, as Ahmad and his friends were returning from the mosque, a group confronted them with sarcastic remarks. One of Ahmad's friends became angry and wanted to respond, but Ahmad calmly held him back. He greeted them politely and walked away. What seemed like weakness was actually his greatest strength. Despite opposition, Ahmad continued his efforts with even greater sincerity. He reminded his companions to remain patient and trust in Allah. He understood that every good mission is tested, and these trials reveal true sincerity. At night, he would pray for strength and protection from arrogance or despair. Slowly, even some critics began to observe Ahmad's character closely. They realized his intentions were genuine, not for fame or recognition, but for reform. This change was slow but deep, proving that patience always bears fruit. Eventually, the impact became undeniable. Those who once opposed him began to soften. One day, an elder who had criticized Ahmad approached him and admitted, "We misunderstood you. Your patience is your true success." Ahmad's eyes filled with tears, realizing that patience never goes unrewarded. The village was now visibly transformed. The mosque was lively, people treated each other with respect, and small acts of kindness became common. Instead of conflict and harshness, there was peace, greetings, and goodwill. Ahmad and his companions had not launched a grand campaign, but their consistent small efforts created a powerful change. Ahmad gathered his companions and reminded them that this success came from Allah alone. He warned them against pride and emphasized humility. They all agreed to continue this journey sincerely. They then focused on the children of the village, ensuring that the next generation would grow up with strong values. They organized small learning circles, teaching honesty, kindness, and the importance of prayer. In this way, the message of goodness continued to spread from one generation to the next. Often, Ahmad would sit alone at night, reflecting on his journey and thanking Allah. He had learned that with sincere intention, gentle approach, and patience, even the most difficult situations can change. His story was no longer just about a village, it had become a message. Spreading good and stopping evil is the responsibility of every believer, and whoever walks this path, Allah makes the way easier for them.